The great thing about the EDAA is that consumers have choice. Consumers sort of understand what happens in online advertising, that they receive adverts based on what they view online and their browser history and things like that. But I don't think they really understand that they have a choice to control that. And the EDAA is promoting that choice. And I think if you asked people if they knew what the EDAA symbol and the symbol was, I think they would perhaps not have clicked on it, but perhaps understand it's there. And it's just a case of getting that out there a little bit more. And I think the EDAA is doing a great job doing that. But it gives people choice to the adverts that they receive, the adverts that they, if they want to receive adverts from certain providers, and just a little bit more control of their data, which, especially at these times with GDPR, is very important. There's a number of reasons, I think, from a business point of view, that companies do support the EDAA and other programs around the world, which look at various digital frameworks and accountabilities. There's an internal view where there's a health check that you're doing the right thing for as a company. There's the external view that you're doing the right thing for your suppliers and the consumers that you serve. There's the shareholder view, that the shareholders of a company want to know that their management are doing the right thing and are doing best practice for the industry. So there's a combination. Self-regulation is interesting because it gives people a choice, and in the US we see a lot of self-regulation. In Canada we see self-regulation. In Europe there is more of a third-party requirement rather than just self-attesting to these things, which is good, and it sort of drives it home a little bit. It's harder to get people signed onto these programs, but it does drive it home that I'm not only saying that I am doing the right thing, but that we are being checked by a third party to confirm that we are doing the right thing. So it's a little bit of all three. It's always better for the industry to look after themselves, because they're the experts. They know what the problems are. Deep down they know what the problems are. They also know how to fix those problems. When you start getting governments, the UK government or European Union, European Council, other governments around Europe and the rest of the world getting involved in regulating industries, you tend to not get something which fits well with what the industry needs. So you tend to get a lot of red tape, a lot of over-regulation, and it affects the innovation and the hope that the industry can then move on. It's always better for something like the EDAA to exist, because they are managed and run by people who have worked in the industry and understand the issues that the industry has. I would always vote for self-regulation by industry bodies than government regulation. It just hasn't worked, and there's numerous examples of that. For things like the Privacy Directive and GDPR, they aren't industry specific. They go across all industries, and a lot of it is to do with personal data and PII, personal identifiable information, which is across all industries. But there are nuances to each industry, so what works for the digital advertising industry wouldn't work for the legal industry, or wouldn't work for FMCG or other industries. So you need to have the industry self-regulation and that industry knowledge to give their expertise for that industry. I think it's up to the advertising and media industry just to take control and take what GDPR is, and take what the Privacy Directive is, and make that fit into what we do as an industry. I think it will become more relevant. It might become a business and competitive advantage for some people, and hopefully that's the case.